Today on Coast Live, let's get extreme with powerboat racing Hampton roads. How'd you like that voice?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we're checking out a dedicated group keeping the sport alive here at Hampton Roads.
Plus, a groundbreaking cancer therapy available in Hampton Roads for the very first time. How it could alter treatment for more advanced patients.
Plus, we're sharing some show-stopping recipes to help you celebrate the summer season with style. And Coast Live starts right now.
Welcome to Coast Live. I'm April Woodard.
I'm Chandler Nunnally. Good morning.
It's Thursday.
Yeah, it is.
Friday Junior.
Friday Junior.
Yeah.
Just a little guy
the day before Friday. That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I went to bed on time last night.
What?
Yes.
I didn't.
So how are you feeling?
I'm tired.
But you look
Yeah,
great.
but I'm well. Thank you. I'm here.
You look awake. Your hair is feathered
Really?
appropriately.
It is feathered. Yeah. Fortunately, I get it colored today, so.
Oh, that's always a nice day.
Yes, it is a nice day. Fix it up, cut it. I kind of want to cut it off because it's so hot. It's going to be kind of really short tomorrow.
I feel that, but it looks really good though.
Yeah, it's too thick, and the waves and curls, and
I like it.
It's
But
so
I
hot.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We're talking about somebody who is no longer available.
Yes, somebody got engaged. It wasn't you, though. I just wanted to put that out there.
You love to rag on me.
I know, I do. But it's tennis superstar Venus Williams. She's officially off the market.
That's right.
The 45-year-old Williams confirmed she is engaged to 37-year-old Italian actor and producer Andrea Preti. Rumors have been swirling around about this for months. Back in February, Williams was seen wearing what to appear to be an engagement ring. Williams says Preti is a big factor in her return to tennis. She actually played in and won her first singles match in over a year the day she got engaged. Look at that inspo. I love it.
That's awesome. Good for her.
Oh, what is that? I guess that's the Met Gala. I'm not sure what event that was, but it was really nice. White carpet.
Venus Williams was in the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh, was she?
Is that right? Or was it Serena? It was Serena.
It was Serena. Yeah,
That's
I was
right.
like, I had to think about it.
Well, they're both in the
Kendrick
news.
Lamar.
That's great.
Right.
Yes, and all the history with Drake. We don't need to get into it.
Yeah, I was listening to that song this morning.
It is a pump.
On 91.1, good morning.
Dude, I listened to that going to pick up some takeout the other day, and I walked.
Pick up some takeout.
Yeah, there you go. I walked in the door like.
And you were like,
untouchable.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't mess with me.
I know. And I was really focusing on the lyrics because I was like, oh man, he's suing, but
it's
anyway.
brutal, yeah.
Yeah, it is brutal. Okay, but you know what? You can never have too much Tay Swift.
Okay.
Yeah, at least at Madame Tussauds.
Okay.
They think so. More than 40 artists with the famous Wax Museum have spent the past 14 months carefully recreating 13 different tailors to go in their museums around the world. Not all in the same place, y'all. Each one featuring a different iconic look. This is the most figures released at once in Madame Tussauds' 250-year history. And I wonder if any of the Swifties will go to all of the locations and take pictures with each tailor.
For sure, somebody.
Yeah, somebody's going to do that. Yeah, I can't wait. We'll be reporting on it here, I'm sure.
You see lots of, and it's usually not Madame Tussauds, it's usually other wax figure museums, but you see a lot of bad ones that go
Oh my
viral.
gosh, yeah, remember I can't remember who had the really bad one, and it looked
There
like,
have been
who is
so
this?
many, right.
Yeah.
But those Taylor Swift ones
They
looked
really
incredible.
good.
It looked just like her.
It did, it was her.
Yeah. All right, can we talk about Disney for
Your
a second?
favorite.
I was just there
You
in
were.
the Florida parks.
Yeah.
And I got something I got to get off my chest
Okay,
about
go
this.
ahead.
All right, so in honor of Disneyland's 70th anniversary, Disneyland has brought the company's namesake founder back to life, so to speak.
Okay.
Take a look. Walt Disney, there he is.
Oh, wow.
He has returned as an audio animatronic figure.
Wow, that is amazing.
So the recreation took 7 years to build. It features audio clips reportedly recorded during his lifetime. Put a tack in that for a second. This is the first time Walt Disney has been represented in the Robotic Museum of Disneyland that he helped create. It's in the same theater as Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, as you can see. This is only in the California park. This is not in the Florida parks. We have the Hall of Presidents instead of Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Here's the thing about that. And Director Jesse, maybe you could start that video over. Go ahead and Google Walt Disney on your phone.
Okay.
Look at him.
All right.
And then look at this video. Okay. It doesn't look like Walt Disney.
I was thinking.
It doesn't look like
is it his face?
Yes.
Or what is, okay,
It's
okay.
his face.
Yeah, I felt like it was really, I was amazed by how he's moving.
He moves incredible.
Right, but I'm like, that don't look like him.
No.
Hold up.
It's
it's taking me to the park.
I think it's very bizarre.
I want Walt, not like the park.
Yeah,
okay.
Walt.
I'll have to look at it later.
They got the outfit right. He moves in the right way.
Yeah.
It doesn't
his
look
face.
like him. It doesn't look.
I was like, who is that?
And listen, and I don't know anything, so I'm just saying this is purely speculative. I listened to the audio clips of his voice. Some of it sounds AI generated. He's speaking with a weird cadence.
Well, you know,
it doesn't sound like him
probably
to me.
is. It's all, you know.
Yeah, I know that's the world we live in, but they're out here saying, oh, it's all archived audio, it's all recorded.
It is, but then it's enhanced.
Synthesized,
AI,
right.
yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like, at least make it look like him. It looks like it could be a relative of Walt Disney, but anyway.
Well, Walt Disney's not an identical twin. There you go.
There you go. All right, now I'm stepping off of my soapbox.
Okay, you got it. All right, so it's very close to when we're giving away that home.
Close.
Right?
I can't believe it. We are fast approaching crunch time. If you haven't bought your ticket yet, you need to do it like right now.
Right.
For the 2025 St. Jude Dream Home giveaway. Tickets are going so fast this year. In just about a month, someone is going to win this year's dream home. There it is right there. Stony Creek section of Chesapeake worth $740,000, 2,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
And it has a friendly floor plan that offers 2 dining areas, an office and a loft, and on the outside it includes a wraparound front porch and a covered rear porch. Tickets to enter for a chance to win that home are just $100 and they are limited. More than 2/3 have already been purchased, and you can see it for yourself at another open house this weekend.
Yes, open house hours, Saturday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sunday noon to 5 p.m. And here's another reason to entice you to go out there. If you stop by the physical house, you can enter in person for a chance to win a $10,000 shopping spree at Greenfront Furniture. You can only enter that contest on site, so it's a much smaller pool of entrants, and good luck.
Yeah, and this is a great way for you to help in the fight against childhood cancer. For more information or enter to win right now, visit WTKR.com/dreamhome.
All right, so we've talked about a lot.
We did. We got a lot more to do.
Yeah, we got some stuff out there, but the docket is long. So still ahead on Coast Live. They risked it all to escape North Korea, and now they're living it up as pop stars. We're going to show you the inspiring journey of this talented musical duo.
But first, hitting the waves with vintage vessels, why the sport of powerboating is making a comeback.
Turn on the yacht rock. We'll be right back.
There's nothing quite like powerboating, especially in old school vessels. David Smokey Glover and Jeff Fremo from the Portsmouth Powerboat Association are joining us now to talk about the sport and how this group is keeping the sport alive. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so how did you all get started in the sport?
Well, I go back to the first boat when I had the first power boat that I had, Little John boat. As soon as the second John boat was on the creek, the racing started.
Okay.
So it goes back that far. I started with organized racing in the early 70s, and it's just been a sport of mine. I was fortunate enough to grow up around it, and it's been a lifelong addiction.
It looks like so much fun. And Jeff, what do you take away from it? What is the experience like for you?
Hell, I just love being out on the boat, out on the water. Great experience, a great way to kind of relax and get away from everything. But
Yeah.
Been around boats all my life and love every minute of it.
Okay, so what is a vintage and historic regatta? How is that different than just a boat show?
Well, it's the actual boat racing is a competitive event.
Okay.
This is a demonstration of the vintage and historic boats. Most of these boats that you see are either 20 to 25 years old and have been restored or maintained, or they are direct reproductions of boats of that style. And the public will get a chance to see them on shore. They'll get a chance to see them operating on the water as if we were in the old style powerboat racing. It's a powerboat race from an observation point, but it still is a demonstration of what we used to do.
Okay, and so, I mean, I would imagine it's kind of hard to see all of the details of the boat from afar, but you'll get an opportunity to show them off at people for people who want to see them up close, right, Jeff?
Yeah. Yes, at lunchtime or our halftime, we're going to open up the pitch to the public so they can come through, talk to the drivers, meet the drivers. The kids are allowed to get up and touch the boats, or maybe even get inside of the boat.
Nice.
If they wanted to drive it, to act like they're driving. But we're very much friendly to the public and everything, so we want to see as many people there as possible.
Yeah, and it's always a good Instagrammable moment for a lot of the tweens and kids
Oh,
that are out
definitely.
there. They want to get their shots in the boat. What are some of the other attractions to the event that you're having this year?
Well, there'll be food trucks out there, of course. Being at Portsmouth City Park, we have got a playground area there. Of course, the waterfront is always nice to spend time on. There will be the Pokey Smoky train is running, and there will be also vintage cars will be coming out that will be adding to the show as well. So we're going to have a little bit of stuff other than just the powerboats. It's a very family-friendly event.
Okay, and I know that it's also beneficial. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, the Ed Mark Hospice for Children, it's a Portsmouth-based organization that is very beneficial not only to the local area, but it reaches out as well. And the benefits from that are huge for families with children with terminal disease or serious disease. So we can make a much better benefit with them than going to one of the national type charities, but also it keeps it in the local area.
Right.
So we really we're dear and close to them, and we want to make it happen for them.
Okay, great. You, Jeff, have shown off these boats to the city and other people, and there have been some things that have led up to the actual event that's happening next week or in a few weeks. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we've been trying to promote the event throughout the cities in the area, but especially we were down at the Portsmouth Farmers Market just a few weeks ago. We had a lot of response from the public there. It was really great, and that was a good thing. So we're trying to get these promotions out to the public so they know what we're doing.
Okay, and there's a history for this, because, right, it went away for a while and now it's back?
That's true. This the club was founded back in the 60s when it was strictly a boat racing club.
Okay.
And in order to race in the National Association, you had to be a member of a local club. And up through the 70s, early 80s, that it maintained that. Then into the 80s, it became more of a boat racing / social club, and everybody sort of went their ways and the club died out. And then the vintage powerboat racing, powerboat events came back into being about 10 or 15 years ago. They're really popular up in Southern Maryland, and people in Southern Maryland started asking me, when are we going to go back to Portsmouth and run? Portsmouth is a very highly regarded race course.
Wonderful. And here's the information. We got to go, but thank you guys so much for coming in. Here you can get the information, and it's August 9th and 10th at the Portsmouth City Park, free admission. All right, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Sure. Still ahead, we learn more about a new treatment method now available in our region that's changing the way doctors approach aggressive cancers. Coast Live will be right back.
Welcome back to Coast Live. Right now, there's a promising new treatment for patients with certain aggressive cancers. Here to discuss it this morning is Dr. Gary Simmons with Virginia Oncology Associates. Dr. Simmons, thank you so much for being here, sir.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about the cellular therapy. What is that in layman's terms for me?
Sure. So if you think about treating cancer, there's multiple options to treat cancer. People have heard of radiation, shooting beams at it, chemotherapies and surgeries and the like. There's this fourth sort of new pillar of way of treating cancers, and that's using cellular therapy, relying on patients' blood systems and the immune system to get rid of cancer.
So there's a term here, CAR T cell therapy. It's right there up on the screen if you want to see the diagram. Explain what this is and how it works.
So we all have T cells in our body, and what CAR T cells are doing is sort of we're taking the patient's T cells out, so it's their own cells, and then we're reprogramming them to target the cancer cell that they have. And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing the cell with the sort of an egg-like shape with the yolk in the middle there. That's the patient's T cell, and it's been genetically modified so that it recognizes that ball of cancer cells and specifically just attacks that and kills it.
Wow. What exactly is a T cell?
A T cell is a cell of the blood system that is a function of the immune system. We all have them. They're responsible for helping us like get rid of viruses in the body, and they're surveying the body for cancer cells all the time.
How new is this form of therapy for cancer treatment?
It's fairly new. It's been around, the science of it's been around for a long time, interestingly enough, since the 80s. But developing them and the technology involved in all this has really come to fruition back not until 2017. So 2017, 2018, it became FDA approved for certain blood cancers like diffuse large B-cell lymphoma and now multiple myeloma, so specific blood cancers. And over the last 5 years or 6 years, it's really growing.
In terms of how fast new treatments get approved and rolled out to people, I would say that's a very quick timeline. So what diseases, other than the specific ones you mentioned, does the breadth go wider than that for what you can treat?
So currently, the way oncologists look at treating cancer is we look at what's FDA approved. It's already been sort of vetted and gone through the system, and then there's things that are in clinical trials, and we're trying to work on both of them. So for FDA approved CAR T cells, we're looking at treating like leukemia, certain forms of leukemia, certain forms of multiple myeloma, and lymphomas. And in clinical trials, we're looking at things like breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and other things like that.
I think for a lot of folks, Dr. Simmons, when they receive a cancer diagnosis, you start doing a lot of research on the internet. We all have this access to information. And then folks maybe get it in their head like, oh, well, I want to pursue this type of therapy. This is the route I want to go down. At Virginia Oncology Associates, when someone comes in, how do you decide what is the best path to treatment and recovery?
Well, I think that's a good question. I think it's incumbent on the physician to know what's right for the patient, and both what line of therapy they're in, what's FDA approved, what clinical trials are available. And at Virginia Oncology, we have specific doctors that specialize in breast cancer, prostate cancer, myself in blood cancer, and we try to get those patients to the right doctors that really have a specific knowledge base in those cancers to give the best treatments or clinical trials available to the patient.
And for those patients that do meet all the criteria, you do offer CAR T cell therapy here locally.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to talk about that. We do, CAR T cells traditionally, this line of therapy is traditionally done in big, large academic centers. And if you live in the Hampton Roads area, there is not an academic center here close to you that offers cell therapy. You'd have to travel great distances to get these therapies, and that is a barrier to access of care. So we at Virginia Oncology do have this therapy. We have a great program. We're sort of first in the country to offer some of these things in the outpatient setting, and very happy to announce that and provide that care for the patients here.
We've got the information right up there on the screen, virginiacancer.com, to learn more about Virginia Oncology Associates and start that conversation with a physician to make sure you're squared away. Dr. Simmons, this is fascinating. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Still ahead this morning, we are staying in the healthcare sphere when Coast Live returns. How committing to a good prenatal care routine can prevent problems after birth. We'll explain how when we come back.
We have another day of easterly winds and another day with an elevated rip current risk. I'll have your full beach forecast coming up.
Right now, a pair of 20-somethings in Seoul, South Korea are working towards stardom. They're off to a good start so far.
Yeah, not bad considering they fled to this life from North Korea. Mike Valerio has their story.
They are two North Korean defectors who could be on the verge of K-pop superstardom. Meet Hyuk and Suk, two 25-year-olds who each escaped North Korea when they were teenagers. They're now living in Seoul, determined to launch the next great K-pop band.
You both have come so far from North Korea. What parts of your journey have affected your music the most?
After coming to South Korea, I liked writing down lyrics or phrases that I wanted to remember. A teacher saw me jotting things down and said, "You seem to like writing, why don't you try rapping?"
I liked music when I was in North Korea. I liked singing songs or lyrics about mothers. I also wrote lyrics of songs I used to sing.
They're both members of the group Universe, with bandmates Aito from Japan, Kenny from California, and Nathan from Arkansas. Sok and Hyuk have trained for more than 2 years now, united in a love of songwriting.
What's a lyric that comes from a memory, and when you sing that lyric, it hits pretty deeply?
In Shattered, there's a high note part. Who's gonna save us now? That line reminded me that sometimes we all need someone's help.
Our songs come from our own stories and experiences. They're like puzzle pieces we put together.
They already have more than 22 million likes on TikTok and are planning to debut in America. Perhaps even teaming up with US artists down the road, like we saw with Bruno Mars, for instance, and K-pop icon Rosé.
If you two could collab with any American sensation, Ariana Grande, J-Lo, Mariah, who would it be?
I really liked Post Malone's songs when I was younger. I'd love to work with him.
The first person that comes to mind is Charlie Puth.
For Sok and Hyuk, taking a leap into the unknown from unlikely beginnings is something anyone can relate to. And through their music, they hope fans worldwide will find the same courage, daring to dream.
When those people see that we came from tough circumstances and managed to grow and share something with fans, I think that process itself can be meaningful and give others the courage to try.
Mike Valerio, CNN, Seoul.
What an incredible story.
It is, yeah. Let's see if the weather is incredible.
It's been nice recently, Dara, but I hear it's going to heat up.
Oh.
It is. Oh, we're also twinning, I think, April. Yes, that's the exact reaction. Yeah, unfortunately, 90s was a relief. It's going to be feeling like 107 degrees by Sunday. So yeah, it was hot for the past couple of days, but it does get much hotter. Weather headlines for today. We do start seeing the humidity build in this afternoon. We are hot and steamy this weekend and limited rain chances, so we don't have much of that to bring us any relief. We do have a stalled out frontal boundary still draped over portions of the Outer Banks, so there's a couple of chances for some showers this afternoon there. Mostly dry conditions, especially across Virginia with high pressure to our north and west. High temperatures this afternoon with an onshore flow a little bit cooler along the coast. We are going to be in the upper 80s, closer to 90 degrees farther for our inland spots today. Headed to the beach, we have those easterly winds again, so that is going to pose a threat for a high rip current risk. Just be mindful of that if you're going to be at the beach. Low tide at 150 this afternoon and surf height anywhere from 2 to 4 feet. Next couple of days, dew points climb up, so humidity really surges over this weekend. Really anything above 75 is sticky and uncomfortable, and we're going to be just really above that Saturday and Sunday. So as far as how it's going to feel outside, feeling like the 90s today. By Sunday, feeling close to 110 degrees, so I would anticipate a heat advisory being issued or so over the next couple of days. If you're headed to the Banana Ball, it's going to be hot. It'll be feeling like the 90s, even the low 100s if you're out at the ballpark Friday or Saturday evening. Next couple of days, it gets warmer, so yes, summer's coming back in full force with feels like temperatures in the low 100s and air temperatures in the 90s.
Becoming a mom is an exciting journey, and getting the right care can make all the difference. Nancy Parson from United Healthcare joins us now to discuss tips and resources to help moms before, during, and after pregnancy. Hi, Nancy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm well. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. If someone thinks they're pregnant, what's the first thing they should do?
So the first thing that you should do is contact a provider so that you can set up your prenatal appointments. And so as soon as you suspect that you're pregnant, call your doctor right away. Establishing those early and regular prenatal appointments is really what's best for the health of you and your unborn baby.
Okay, so why is early prenatal care so important for healthy outcomes and you know, the moment that you know you're pregnant, going to the doctor and beginning that?
So the doctor's going to do like a health history and find out what is going on in your health that they may need to work through during your pregnancy. Maybe you've had a history of substance use or opioid use. Those are things that you need to tell your doctor so that you can find out the best pregnancy plan for you.
Okay, so let's talk about after you deliver the baby. Why are postpartum visits so important after delivery?
So your body goes through a lot of changes, and so those postpartum appointments are just as important as the prenatal ones. And so as a maternity nurse, I've worked with lots of patients throughout the years, and you're going to see that sometimes 40% of people do not go to that postpartum appointment. But it's vitally important because your body's going through changes. The doctor needs to make sure that you're recovering well, looking at the health of the baby and make sure that the baby is doing well. Some moms after delivery have a little bit of maybe sadness or depression, and so it's important to be evaluated for postpartum depression. Breastfeeding support, making sure that you have a healthy diet, you're drinking lots of water. So there's so many things that are really important for that postpartum appointment to see a doctor between 3 and 12 weeks.
Okay, I noticed when I went to my doctors during both of my pregnancies, I had a lot of questions. So do you have any advice for women and families that are going into doctor's visits to talk about their baby and pregnancy?
Yeah, definitely. When I was pregnant, I couldn't remember a lot. You're really tired. And so it's important to take a notepad and jot down anything that you think of, no matter questions, big or small, just jot them down so you can take those to the appointment and talk about them with your doctor. And just remember that every pregnancy is different. And so it's important for you to look at what's going on with you and ask the doctor questions about that. And so make sure that you jot down those questions and take them with you for those appointments.
Wonderful. And where can we get more information?
So you can go to everypregnancy.com. There's a United Healthcare Healthy Pregnancy Quiz on there. You can learn what information you already know and things that you want to learn more about. And so again, that's everypregnancy.com. And United Healthcare wants to be there with you every step of the way.
All right, Nancy Parson from United Healthcare, thank you so much for being with us on Coast Live this morning.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.
You too. Still ahead, the highest grossing movie in Chinese history is making its ways to U.S. theaters. We've got the details all coming up next. And we'll be right back with everything you need to know to throw the ultimate summer dinner party.
Welcome back to Coast Live. Summer is in full swing, and that means good food, great company, and even better beverages. Joining us today is Chef Maricel Salazar with some ideas for the ultimate summer party. Chef, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope you're having a good morning so far.
I am, and it's going to get a lot better after we hear your tips for a great summer hosting. In your opinion, Chef, what are the keys to making sure your event goes off like nothing else?
You know what? Summer is my favorite season of the year. I thrive during this period. And you know what? Having the right snacks and beverages on hand really just make every summer moment perfect, whether you're hosting a backyard bash, you're packing for a picnic at the beach, or maybe having a dreamy dinner under the stars. But yeah, having those right snacks and beverages really will just elevate any summer moment. So get prepared.
Well, yeah, what are your go-to pairings when entertaining for a group?
Okay, so I love hosting, and I've hosted a bunch of parties, but nothing says party pro like an easy breezy batch cocktail. So I want y'all to meet Gray Whale Gin. Theirs is incredibly crafted gin from California with 6 sustainably sourced botanicals. It's crisp, it's refreshing and balanced. It's absolutely made for cocktails. So I want to draw your attention to the Gray Whale Refreshment Coastal Kit. This is really cool. It has this gorgeous bottle of Gray Whale Gin. Check it out. It's absolutely stunning. I love to show this off on my bar cart. Gorgeous. It has a sand cloud beach towel and some recipe cards so you can whip up batch cocktails. Now, my favorite recipe from the bunch is the Oceanside Breeze. It's so great. It's got this Gray Whale Gin, salted simple syrup, some mint, some lime. It's kind of like this coastal vacation in a glass. And this is the best part. Both Gray Whale and Sand Cloud are both part of Oceana, which is the world's largest ocean conservation group. So you can cheers to that.
Chef, you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. That looks incredible. And I love the blue whale look. It is so
Doesn't
adorable.
It look so nice? It really pops.
Yes, it truly does. All right, so here's another question for you. What's easy to pack for an event and still feels special and fancy?
Okay, so I always like to pretend that I'm like that spontaneous person that can just grab a bottle of wine and head to the pool or the beach with my best friends. But I always think there's a spontaneous person has a little bit of planning before. So my go-to wine for pool days or beach days is Josh Cellars. They have an incredible selection with different varieties that really make for the perfect pour for any summer moment. Now, my favorite of the bunch currently is the Josh Sea Swept. It's a crisp blend of Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Grigio. It's really easy to drink on its own, and it's super refreshing, so really great for those hot days when you're hanging out by the pool or by the beach. Now check this out. The brand also has a new non-alcoholic sparkling, just without the alcohol. It's just as delicious as Josh Cellars Prosecco, but it's really made for those, maybe you want something lower ABV or not at all. It's perfect on its own, or you could have it in a mocktail or a spritz without the alcohol.
Chef, we're almost out of time, but I want to ask one more question. Your top pick to have on hand for summer meals, what do you think?
Yes, okay, so I'm a chef, so this is really where I shine. I love summer dining al fresco. We can finally go outside and enjoy the great outdoors. So my go-to is The Crossings. The Crossings is an award-winning, sustainably sourced Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. It's perfectly fresh and balanced, but it's bursting with these great tropical fruit flavors and just a little bit of hint of citrus. I really love serving it along seasonal summer dishes. We have this incredible grilled salmon. Check out these shrimp skewers. You could even have it with oysters or seasonal summer salads and produce.
Chef, where do we go for more information?
Yeah, okay, so to purchase and check out any of the products we shared today, go to reservebar.com or your local retailer.
Reservebar.com. Chef Marisol Salazar, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, y buen provecho.
Still ahead this morning. You just got some party tips, but what about summer barbecues, right? We can't forget about those. We're gonna dig into some tasty recipes to make your next cookout a hit with the whole neighborhood. Stick around.
Are you looking for a way to elevate your barbecue game this summer? Well, lifestyle and parenting expert Sherry French is here today to celebrate with 2 delicious recipes that are perfect for your summer. Hey, Sherry, how you doing?
Good. I don't know about you. You can see I've got barbecue weather. We've been having it for weeks, so there's a barbecue going on daily at my house, and I've got some great ideas to add some pork to your barbecue.
Wonderful, and I understand that you have Hatfield with us. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is Hatfield actually committed to? And I love what it is. So every day they're committed to one simple idea: better care, better pork. That means doing things the right way, from how they care for their animals to how they craft the delicious pork products that we serve on our table. So at Hatfield, it's not just about making great tasting pork, it's about being accountable to us, the customers, their animals, and their farmers too.
Well, Sherry, when I think about pork, of course, I think about the smell of bacon in the morning. Can you tell us more about the company?
Yes, absolutely. So it's amazing. Family-owned company, more than 125 years. Pork's the only thing that they do, so you know they're doing it right. They only work with farmers that share their commitment to the animals' well-being. How the animals are fed, housed, and treated really matters to them. All of their pork comes from pigs that are crate-free during gestation, so it's better for the animals and it's better for the families like us that they serve.
Okay, let's talk recipes, because you can add some pork to something and it just spruces it up. Do you have any suggestions?
Yes, I've got 2 great ideas, and to kick off the brand new Better Care, Better Pork campaign, I've got these 2 incredible recipes that showcase not only the flavor and quality of the Hatfield pork products, they're also great to implement in your daily barbecues. And I'm telling you, we are using it all the time this summer. So I've got 2. First, a grilled potato salad with bacon. Amazingly easy. You're going to take a skewer, you're going to get some red potatoes, and then you're going to interlock it with bacon. So you've got them on your skewer. You're going to cook those. You're going to let them go until they're nice and crispy. You're going to make a vinaigrette. Easy. Dijon mustard, apple cider vinegar, olive oil, salt and pepper, some herbs. Mix that all together, and you're going to put that onto your potatoes once they're all nice and cooled, and you've got a delicious potato salad topped with some onions on top. My husband actually is making this like every other day at this point. Another great one is honey garlic teriyaki pork sandwich with pineapple slaw. You see it right there. You're going to cook your pork tenderloin Get the middle to, I think, about 145 degrees. Let it sit 3 to 5 minutes. You're going to slice it. Then grab a delicious bun. Add that pork tenderloin, the slices, and you're going to make a pineapple slaw. Use a bag of cold slaw. You're going to add some diced pineapple. I've got some diced red peppers, some cucumbers. You're going to top it with some lime juice. Mix that all together. Top it onto your pork loin, and I'm telling you, the two go hand in hand, and an amazing idea to barbecue this summer.
Oh my gosh, Sherry. I mean, I'm thinking breakfast time, but now you've got me already ready for lunch. I'm so hungry. Where can we get more information?
Absolutely. So you can find Hatfield at your local grocery store, and you can find these amazing recipes and so many more great ways to use your pork at simplyhatfield.com. So when you're barbecuing this summer, make sure to choose pork that you can feel good about. Choose Hatfield, better care, better pork.
All right, sounds good, Sherry French. I think I'm going to have some ribs after the show. Thank you.
See you guys.
The highly anticipated part 2 of a documentary on the life of Billy Joel debuts this week. Highly anticipated, including by April Woodard. Rick Damigella explores what part 1 didn't touch.
Sometimes it's alien to me, this guy Billy Joel.
Billy Joel and So It Goes takes viewers inside the life of the Piano Man.
I'm reminded of it when I go walk on the street.
You've got us feeling all right. This film is a deep dive into the catalog and life of Billy Joel, his heartbreaks, his losses, his triumphs, and how they've all fueled his songwriting.
The film's directors had a specific request from their subject.
He said, tell the truth. And that was the edict from the beginning. So there was no holding back.
I've had a lot of hard lessons in my life.
One of those areas was hearing about and from Billy's former manager and first wife, Elizabeth Weber Small.
They were a bunch of hooligans from Long Island.
It is a feminist story. It is a story of a woman who had a great belief in this talent, but had no experience in actually managing a career. And she's very instrumental in having made Billy Joel. And I said, I want to tell that story.
I think music saved my life. It gave me a reason to live.
I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Somehow found.
Need a new podcast? Listen to Virginia Insider with April Woodard and Chandler Nunnally. Go to WTKR.com/Virginia Insider or listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Gorgeous shot. Well, listen to this. The next potential blockbuster to hit U.S. theaters wasn't made in Hollywood or even in the country.
Wow. But it's already shattering records overseas. David Daniel has the details.
Time to cut you down to size.
He's not exactly your average kid.
The fantasy sequel, Neja 2, is the year's biggest hit, grossing a reported $2.2 billion worldwide, the highest-grossing movie in Chinese history and the highest-grossing non-English film ever. Now the trailer is out for an English-dubbed version headed to U.S. theaters, including IMAX and 3D screenings, beginning August 22nd.
Ukrainian forces have now launched their much-talked-about counteroffensive.
Expected to be the biggest military operation in Europe since World War II.
The Oscar-winning director of 20 Days in Mariupol returns with 2,000 Miles to Andriivka, showing Ukrainian soldiers battling through a heavily fortified forest on a mission to retake a Russian-occupied village. The film won the Best Director prize at Sundance this year. It opens in New York Friday, with more cities to follow, and will air on PBS Frontline this fall. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
What's so funny?
Something that we were talking about while the package was rolling has nothing to do with that.
Okay, I guess we can't tell them.
You're going to say what it is.
Okay, all right, so get a straight face tomorrow on Coast Live.
Well, let me go first.
Okay.
Crafting music and releasing an album while living hearing impaired, how musical guest Alana Rose hopes to inspire others to embrace who they are.
I'm so glad she's back.
Yeah.
And from drunk bears to meth-addled gators.
That's what it was.
We explore the hazardous results when drugs enter animal ecosystems.
It's not funny, but when one hears the words meth-addled gators.
Meth-addled. All right, another reminder to tune in for the premiere of Coast Comedy Live Season 4 at 7:30 tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll be featuring some of the hottest and local regional comics, and you can catch Jazz Sedgwick and Big Vino this time around. Chandler's hosting. He will not laugh through the entire show. And check it out.
Friday nights this summer.
All right, we gotta go.
Be aware of meth-addled gators.
Yeah, there's meth-addled gators.
Problem.